Okay.
Thank you.
See ya. Bye-bye. I never know for sure who I'll meet up with when I go out to do my street photography, but that's one of the reasons why I started doing this, to get out of my comfort zone, because being too comfortable can be an enemy for your creativity. I'm going to go and see what I can find. Why don't you join me? My name is Brian Carey. Welcome to Photography and the Creative View. This street will be closed off for about another 2 weeks, closed off to traffic. It's a gorgeous day. The light is a little hard right now, but we got a lot of cloud up here, so it's going to come between shady and hard light. I hope for a lot of shade. What are you at, Angus? Hey man, what are you? Geez, no, that's what you should be doing, man. That's great to see. Yeah, it's cool. I'll take your picture, okay? It's good to see you down here doing this, man. So you're still teaching your Enoch?
Yeah.
Enoch, right?
I'll do my Twitter project also online.
Okay.
Teaching my language and culture.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, 19K followers.
Wow.
19,000.
Wow, cool. Right on.
Every continent there's somebody following.
That's nice. That's pretty
Learning
cool.
about Lavinya nutrition.
Right on. Right on. I'll catch you on the rebound, man.
Goodbye.
See you, buddy.
Good day.
Bye, you too. We've got our living statue out again. The only thing about it now, the light is really hard, and I'd like to get that angle, but well, she'll be sidelit. I'm going to see what happens. I can hear James playing his banjo. I'll get a few pictures of him. Got a glass building there. I just see a young woman down there I photographed a couple of months ago. Her name is Jess. She's a lovely young lady, and what I do sometimes, I may print off a print and give it to people, and I had one done for her. That's why I'm going to go back to the car and get that. That's Jess there. I'm going to drop that off to her.
Ellie is in nature and Ellie is in
Hi.
Hi. Oh, no, you didn't.
Yeah, I got you one.
Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
love it.
Okay.
I'm going to put it up.
Okay.
Thank you.
See ya. Bye-bye. So Jess liked her picture. It's pretty nice how you can just do some simple things for people and they can lighten right up. Makes me feel good too.
Gotta work harder to straighten out the story. Got down to the end of the
Can you get a picture of me?
Sure, you can take a picture of you.
Yeah, can you get
Okay, just come out here in the middle of the street. I'm doing some street photography. Would you mind if I took your portrait? Would you mind if I took your picture? I'm doing some street photography. Would you mind if I took it? Okay, can you just sit right there in the middle? Just sit right there in the middle. I get a nice picture of you. Right in the middle.
Yeah.
That's good. There you go. A little tighter. Ah, now you got a beautiful smile. A lot of people here from Maine. What's your name?
Lavinya.
Lavinya? Oh, that's a nice name.
Thank you.
You staying in the hot sun?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Lavinya, right?
Yeah.
Take care, sweetheart. See ya. Bye. The best way I find to judge light is to judge it by shadows and the shadow's edge. So you look and see the shadow's edge, how defined they are there. And what I would like was would be a nice softly diffused shadow. Really soft, with a real soft edge. Hey Chris, how you doing, man? Hey, I just get a picture of you. You're all done up.
Yes.
I tell you what, just stand right there with them two lines join. Okay, I get a full length one. So how you been?
Awesome.
So did your mother get her picture after?
Yes.
Oh, good.
She's gonna get another one now.
What do you mean you're going to get another one? I'll tell you what, I'll get you one,
Yeah.
but my two printers are broke. Once I get them fixed up, I'll get you one. Hopefully I'll have it done by next week.
Yes.
Okay?
Thanks.
Right on. You be good. Take care. See ya. Bye-bye. See you, Chris. Just stand about right here. Round right there. Right on. Okay, that's good. You can stay there. That's nice, man. Want to turn to face me? There you go. There you go. That's nice. You got a great smile, man. What's your name? I'm in? Hi, I'm Brian.
Gonna smoke. Hold on a scan. Go.
Want to try a couple like that? Nice talking to you.
Have a good day.
Take care. See ya. Bye-bye. Take care. I had a beautiful day today. It was sunny for a while, and I don't like shooting portraits, street portraits in hard light, but it became overcast, and it's still overcast now, so I had some beautiful light for the few people I did take photos of. And if you want to see these portraits, you can check out my street photography website, chasingthelightfantastic.com. I'll leave a link below. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.
I had some people request that I do an edit on my photos from one of my outings, and I've been wanting to do it for a long while anyway. I thought about doing it, so here goes. So what I did, I imported the images in Lightroom. I had a quick look over. I renamed them. I added some keywords, and I'll just take you through them, and maybe I'll edit a couple, and you'll see my process. And let me know what you think, please. Because I'm not a Photoshop or Lightroom expert by any means. I do what I like, you know. I got a lot of experience with it. I started using Photoshop when Photoshop 3 came out, I believe back in the late 90s. So I've been at it a while. So here goes. Let's dive in. So I'll just, I have it open in Lightroom here. And I'm in grid mode, in library mode and grid view. So I'll just open the first picture, and what I'll do, I'll just go through these and I'll start selecting them. So this is the photos of Angus. So I already picked out, as you can see right here, this is a flag. So I hit F to flag this picture. So I like that one because I just like the composition here. Now of course, like I said, these are non-edited. And these are raw files. I shot this one at f2, and I decided to stop down the lens to f2.5 because I wanted to make sure the text here is in focus. But now that I notice it, maybe the artwork could have been sharper too. But I kind of like removing him from the background too. And the background is a little distracting here, but I didn't want him to move, and I wanted to get an idea of his place and to show his work. So I'll just go through them here, and this one I mark with an X. I'm just going to delete it because it's pretty much exactly the same as this one here. And this is Vanessa. She's our living statue downtown. She's been doing this for a number of years. So I'll just scroll through here. Now this is when the light was fairly hard too. I photographed her twice, once coming back and the light was a little flatter. I was downtown, I was walking around for over 3 hours, so I believe these pictures and the ones I took later of her were about two hours apart. So here she has that. Now these are pretty much identical too, so I don't need both of these. I'll just maybe just delete that one. And I framed this one so that I got her canvas here. I wanted her canvas in the frame, and even more so here, her tripod and her canvas. And that's nice. I just love the horizontal type view, the landscape format, even for portraits. It's what I prefer. It's maybe just a matter of taste, but it's what I prefer. And another thing about this one, she has the red rose here. Red is such an exceptional color for most any types of photography. I know I've been out a few times doing, for instance, landscape photography, and if you get someone walking by with a red coat, or it's interesting because when my son was young, we used to go out and I used to buy him red shirts just so when we go out for a walk, I could get pictures of him against a green landscape, a red shirt against a green landscape. It's a fairly simple idea, but it can be pretty nice. And I've seen some beautiful photos with that in mind. So a few more Vanessa. You can see the wind blowing here. The wind is blowing a bit too. You notice that in the audio in the videos I did. They're pretty much the same image too, but I'll just leave them for now. Now here's James, the banjo player. And what I was trying to do here, I wanted to go around. I was moving around because I wanted to get him. I had him he was up against the glass building, and I wanted to see what type of reflections I could get, because I was trying to get maybe 2 or 3 of his faces. It's kind of like I believe the Hall of Mirrors from Bruce Lee's Enter the Dragon. You kind of just having some fun. This is all about having fun. So I moved around a bit, and just to see what worked, and so I got a few here I like actually. So let's just go through the photos of James, our banjo player. There he is. James really gets into it. He's a good guy. I like that one. I really like that one. Just look at the 3 of them, right? And that's what I was trying to frame up. But ironically, the only thing I'm not happy about right here maybe is, I know it's just a reflection, but the top of the banjo here, the head of the banjo is cut off, and I'm a stickler for stuff like that. I watch out for that if I can, but I guess I missed it that time. But I did get some. Of course, he's moving around too, so sometimes you got to use a bit of anticipation, just a bit of planning, and get it. And I do. Like right here, I got it. But there's one thing about this image that I'm not happy about. It's like right here is the woman walking out, and you see her leg. Now I could Photoshop that out awful easy, and who knows, I might even do it. But that's one thing. See, I don't have that here. It's clean. It's nice and clean. See the clean lines? A few more here. Now here, this is not bad, because I can even just crop this one. I'll just go to develop mode, hit D, or you can go up here and go to develop mode. And I can just come in here, I can just crop this a little bit. Let's see, just to crop her out. And see there, see? That's a nice composition there. That's really nice actually. Okay, and this one, even though I'm shooting aperture priority, the exposure dropped 1 stop there. And I like this one too. I just like to look on his face. And once again, what I would do, I would crop this a bit. But I better get through these because I've got 150 photos to go through. Yeah, I've got a few with James where he's just clean. Now, okay, now I'm cutting off the head of his banjo again here. I like that one. But the beam is coming down. I don't get it off his banjo, but I don't mind that so much. I just like it, and where he's kind of looking at me too, and I kind of like where he's off center here. So I got a few nice ones of them there, which is great. I've seen him downtown playing his banjo. Like in January and February, it'll be like a real Newfoundland cold winter's day. It might be minus 20, even minus 30 with wind chill, and he'll still be down beating on that banjo. It's pretty impressive. Now here's another busker I photographed even more than James. This is Steve, and Steve, some of the guys ham it up for me a bit, and Steve is one of them. And I got some wonderful photos of this guy, you know. But he's pretty expressive too, and I love that. I love expressions. I like to capture a certain expression, so I might stand there looking through my viewfinder for a few seconds, just waiting for him maybe to turn my way, or maybe him to close his eyes, you know, to show he's feeling in the music. And so I constantly do that. And I think this is my favorite here, because I look through these, and I'll just show you. That's a nice one too. We get his eyes closed there, but I like where he's looking at me too. So they're both nice. They're both nice. Okay, so they're okay. That's nice too. That's nice. And another one of Vanessa. Let's move on to Wally. So what I was doing with Wally, normally I wouldn't photograph people in doorways, but I've done it before and I've got some really nice results. I thought I'd try to work with the doorway, work with the surroundings, because it is a cement and stone building, so there's marble there and stuff. So I thought maybe I could work something out there with the composition. As you can see on the video, I moved around him a lot too. I kind of circled him there, and just to try to get something, see if I can get something different. That's nice. That's a nice one. I like that one. Hit P to pick that one. And I'm shooting all of these wide open too. It's kind of nice. You know, even this on the background there's a steel pole here, signage for parking, I believe, and it was I was going on both sides of that, as you can see. I moved behind it just to experiment and play and see if I can get something different, something I like. But I do like that one. I'm going to hit a P there just to save it. It's different. I cut off the top of his head, but it's not so bad sometimes. Same thing there. And okay. I'm on the other side here now, and that's nice too. But I don't really like. There's that pole there, the steel pole, the sign pole. And I don't know who these guys are. If you notice in the video, I was taking pictures of Wally, and the guy here in the red hat asked me could I take a photo of him, and I said yes. And he cracked me up. He's a funny little guy. He just wanted to make faces, and it's pretty cute. So I'm shooting these at f3.2 because when I shoot two people together, I have to worry about the depth of field. The taller guy is behind him, so I need a little more depth of field. So I decided to go to 3.2, and it worked out quite nice. I'll just show you a few pictures here. Okay. Really cute. Yeah, and I think that's the one I like, even though they're in the center of the frame. But I'll just show you now. There he is. There he is. He's so funny. He's a funny guy. And the other guy, there he is. Nice and sharp, nice detail on the eyes for sure. I can edit these quite easily. The tall young fellow there, he gets kind of bored with it because it only lasted maybe 6 or 7 seconds. So I'm pretty fast with this. I'm all set up on my camera, everything from my autofocus to my exposure. I generally know exactly what I'm doing, so I just basically point and shoot. And you see the tall guy, he gets kind of bored here now. He's getting bored here now. It's this guy is kind of, oh, when is this going to be over? There he is before. There he is, and here's the next one. Now he's really bored. Come on, let's go. And here we have Lavinya. I just had to ask her. She was sat down there on the steps. And normally I don't like taking pictures of people on steps because I don't like this background. I want to focus on her face because she has a lovely face and the color is gorgeous too. Her hair and her shirt. the contrast. It's just lovely, and she has such a beautiful smile. Wow. So I'm shooting here at f2. And one thing I'll just go back here. And one thing I don't like about this too much is that I'm cutting off her hand. I don't normally cut off hands, but this one's not too bad. But it's something I avoid if I can. And if I want to, avoid that, I have to step back because I'm using prime lenses. Because that's how I zoom. Okay, let's just move in here. She's looking more serious there. This is where I come in a little tighter. And as you can see, even though I'm still shooting at f2, when I come in closer, my depth of field decreases. So when I move closer to my subject, my depth of field decreases for a given aperture. And so this, you can see how the steps are much more defined here, and they're less defined here. And the reason for that is that my focusing distance has changed. Also, my depth of field has got shallower, even though I'm shooting both images at f2. She's kind of looking off there now. I don't know if she knows what to think, because sometimes I ask people and they must be thinking, who in the hell is this guy, But usually, for the most part, it goes over well. And she was really nice. I told her she had a great smile. She does. Look at that. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. One of these, I think. One of the, I don't know. Which one do you think? The one with her mouth open or the one with her mouth closed? Either way, I like them. And this is Chris. I photographed Chris a few times before. Chris is a real chameleon. Every time I see him, he's dressed different. He's a real stylish guy, and he loves having these photos taken. When he sees me, he heads straight for me. So it's pretty cute. Nice fella. So let's go through these here. What I'm looking for here, I'm just looking for things that cut through the body. I don't know if I like this too much, where it's under his arm. Whereas over here it's not. So maybe this one. I'm just going to flag that one. And I don't know what it'd be like if I crop it a bit. I could probably got a bit of space here. That might do. That's nice. That's nice there. Okay. So let's keep going. Full body length Chris. A bit of a busy background there, which is something I don't like, but on a busy street, that's the way it is sometimes. And I want to get a tight photo of Chris, a headshot. And this is my favorite here. Next, I'll move on to a Min. Now I did one thing different here than I did for all the rest. I shot him facing the other way, which has made the image a lot more contrasty. And given that he has such dark skin too, it wasn't my best choice. The light had gotten really flat, so I wasn't too concerned about the direction. But if you look on the video, you look in the background, you can see some edges and the shadows of some of the people and some of the objects in the background. So if I had my time back, I would have faced the other way. I have a lot of shadow control, so I can certainly bring that way up there and get a lot of detail in those shadows. So I'm not worried about that. I'm just going to reset that back to default, and I'll get back at the edit now when I get through these. These are pretty much all the same. Here's a nice smile, and you see where he tipped his face up too. These are the same. A little bit of a different, the camera chose a slightly different exposure, but you see the light getting on the side of his face there now. And we're back to Vanessa, and the light is much softer here now. But you can see she doesn't have a red flower here now. I'm just going to show you the difference. I'll pick that one out. I'll go back to Vanessa and I'll pick another one. Let me get another one here. Let me try maybe this one. And I'll just I selected two of them, and I'll just hit C for comparison. So this is the one that's later in the flatter light. This is in the harder light. And you can see the wind is up here, is blowing her gown. She has the red flowers. So these are shot around 2 hours apart. But I kind of like the softer light, and I like the way I framed this one too, because once I cropped it, I'll crop this in a bit, and which means I'll remove that. Whereas I have this black doorway coming down right through right here. They're both nice photos, but it's just something to consider, something I think about, something I look for. Okay, so that was it for Vanessa. And now, this is Larilla, and Larilla's cat, her support cat. She was trying to get it out of the cat carrier so I could take a few photos of two of them. And the young one wanted to see the cat, the little girl, and it was really cute. So I just shot a few pictures here, and there's one here that's I think is really sweet. This is nice. I like this one. That's nice too. I really like that one. For me, I look at things like this, like I guess that's her mom or someone, or one of her relatives, and she's looking over here. I kind of wish she was looking down like on that one. You know, that's the kind of stuff it means to me. You get all the connections, you get the eye lines going back and forth. But, you know, it is what it is. And there's Larilla. And Love. That's Love. That's the cat. The cat's name is Love. Okay, let's see. Let's just zoom in here. And so I'm shooting these at f3.2. So I get a lot more in focus, but once again, I'll just go back here at this kind of thing, cutting through. That's one reason why I love shooting open, wide open, with an f2 lens or even a faster lens, because you would hardly be able to tell what this is. You know it's a person, but it'll just be all like creamy bokeh. It's much less distracting then. So I'll just scrub on through here. The struggle is real. Okay, so there they are. That's nice too. Now I'm shooting at f2 here, but I got this guy. See his arm, see his hand. Sometimes what I'll do, I'll just like take a step to the right, just hide the background. But there was a lot of people around, and I do it sometimes, and sometimes I get away with it. But sometimes there's so many people on the go, it's impossible to do. There's the kitty. The kitty. Oh, look at the kitty. Oh, so pretty. So pretty. And I should say these were shot on a Canon R5, a 45 megapixel camera. And the lens I use for all of these is the Canon EF 135 f2. That's nice too. I like that one. Yeah, I like that one too. But the cat is looking away. The kitty. I should have called out to the kitty. Kitties are funny. Kitties are funny. But it's so I'm shooting these at f2.5, which is good because the background it's a lot more out of focus. It's much creamier. The bokeh is much nicer and creamier, and you can see the separation there now. That is nice actually. That's one reason why I like this one. I'll just tag that. I prefer that one. That's at f2 too, but there was one back here I was shooting at f3 too, and you can just see how cluttered it is. And I don't normally like that stuff. Okay. And Love goes back in the carrier. So that's a scrub through them. I'm going to get in. I'm going to edit a couple here now, maybe 2 or 3. So I'm going to move on to an edit here. The first one I selected was a photo of James the banjo player. It's one of my favorites from photographing him. I'll go back to the develop module here. As you can see here, there's no adjustments made. This is all out of camera raw. One thing I do with almost all my photography, except for my night photography, I bring up the shadows a lot. And if you look even on my intro to these videos, you look at the vibrance of my pictures, it's not because I'm increasing the saturation. I don't increase saturation much, but it's because I bring the shadows. I can bring the shadows up a lot. And I don't do it as much as I used to. I'm going for a less a vibrant look even in my landscape work, but I still do it. So as you can see here, so what I'll do, I'll just do an adjustment here. So I'll just bring up the shadows. Okay, I'm not seeing much here actually on this one. But if you look at my histogram up here, these I can mark my shadows and my highlights. So these are alerts. So for instance, if I was to have any highlights blown out, see the red here? And that I could turn that on, turn that off. That's a warning. I'll just go back, I'll reset it. No blacks, and I have no blown out highlights. This is perfectly exposed. It's all within the exposure latitude of the sensor, so which is great. And that's something I aim for. I usually shoot for highlights. That gives me a kind of a benchmark of where to take my exposure if I need to make adjustments. So I'm just going to bring up my shadows a bit. Let me just bring down my highlights. There's not a lot to do here with this. And I'll bring up my texture. And I kind of like that there. And maybe I can crop it a bit. Let me just try to crop this a bit. Because I don't want to come in too much. I'm even looking at this bag down here. But I'm going to leave it like that, I think. Let me just try other things here now. I don't want to blow out any highlights here, but if I brought up my whites and then brought down my highlight control, yeah, I don't think so. I don't think that works for me. I don't think that works for me. So I'm just going to double click here, reset my whites to 0, and well, no, I'll do that again. And now I can just bring my highlights back to where I like it there. So what I normally do here, Control E, Command E on a Mac, and I'm going to bring it into Photoshop. I have this Nick collection of filters, and I have the Color Effects Pro 4. I have a collection of presets that I use, and these are just randomly named. I have some for a more gritty look. I have some for maybe a professional portraits, for instance. I have some for skin to take the ruddiness out of skin. I'm just going to go. This is the first one here. And I kind of like that, and I'll just show you. This is without it applied, this is with it applied. That's the adjustment there. Okay, so I'm just going to go down through these, and I do have a few I liked. I just named these Brine 1 to Brine whatever. These are for my more gritty street images, maybe even some portraits. Okay, I like that one too. That's nice. That's nice. And this is without it applied, this is with it applied. And some of these are not just gritty. One might be like a little gritty, and the next one might be a little gritty with a vignette. So, but these are some of my favorites. This one here, I like that one too. It's kind of cleaner. And this one is not as warm. I'll go back here now. You see how much warmer that is. Now, I like that. It looks more real this time. It depends on the image, you know. So I have this one, and I have this one here with a vignette. So I might go. Where's the 2? Here it is. The same image with a bit of a vignette on it. I'm going to flatten it and save it because the TIFF files are much too big, and this is just playtime. Okay. That's one done. Let's close that. I wanted to see a photo of Lavinya. I wanted to get one of those portraits of Lavinya. Where's she to? Here she is. And let me see. Would it be that one, or would it be that one? Yeah, I'm going to go with this one, I think. Okay, let's just go with the adjustments again. And there's not much to do here. Usually I'm pretty heavy bringing back the highlights. If there's any sky, I should do one with a bit of sky in it too. So you see how much I have to go with the highlights too. And even the shadows are doing nothing here. It's just because the light's not very contrasty. So that's all right. I'm going to bring up the texture a little and the clarity maybe. And I like that. I like that. Okay, so now I'll do a Control E, Command E on the Mac to bring it into Photoshop. And I'll just go back to my Nick filters again. Color Effects Pro 4. I'm just going to cycle through these presets here now. That's nice too. That's really nice. But I have some down here, these portrait section. Some of these I have a nice skin softening. Let's just see what we get here. I'm just going to go before and after. Much more contrasting. Let's desaturate that one. It really makes her pop, doesn't it? So I'm just going to try this one here. And when I go into Photoshop, I'm going to reduce the opacity of this layer. Okay, so I'm just going to reduce the opacity here. Just get something nice, a nice little blend there. That's really nice. I'm going to add a small vignette in Lightroom. So here it is here. I'm into effects. So I'm just going to darken it up a bit, just a little tiny bit, -4. I got to do these guys. Here it is, no adjustments. So this time I'm going to bring up the shadows, and that way we can get into the eyes. Watch this, we can get into the eyes. Look, we're getting there. We're getting there. Oh geez, that's 100. Okay. And once again, I have nothing blown out. Even this black hair on his shirt here, if you look up on the right as I hold my mouse, my pointer over this, the red is 16.5, the green is 16.3, and the blue is 22.1. So you can see that up on the body histogram on the right hand side. I'm just going to, let me just bring my highlights back. Let's see what I can get here. Not too much, not too much. I'm just eyeballing this. I'll just hold down the slider and I'll look back at the image and I'll see what I like. And normally with texture and clarity, I just do little bumps here. I don't do a lot. I don't want it over sharpened because these are, the resolution on these is quite good. And I don't know if I should crop this a little bit up here. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go here like this. And once again, I'm just going with a crop that I like. You know, it's just personal taste and preference. Control E in the Photoshop. And just let me start from the top again. I like that. I like that right off the bat. Yeah, that's nice. Oh yeah. Yeah. These are cool. I knew these would be nice. Yeah, and I got a bit of a vignette here, but I like that. They're really separated and a little contrasty too. Okay, I think I'm going to go with either this one. Yeah, I think I might go back to here. These are the same presets. One has a vignette and one doesn't. So but what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back here and I'm going to bring back the vignette a little tiny bit. There you go. I like that. I like that. I hope these two guys get to see this photo. This is before, this is after. It kind of desaturates though, doesn't it? The red, I don't really like that. So what I could do here, I could even create a mask here. So I created a mask. I'll just change my colors. I'll grab a brush and what I can do, I might just bring the red back here. It's not something I normally do, but I might. I just wanted to bring the red back in his hat there. And let me just see what it's like here. Go for that, I think. So that's a few edits for you. Normally I raise the shadow detail a lot more than I did today. So if you got any comments or suggestions, I'd love to hear them. And I hope you enjoyed the photos and the videos. Thanks for watching.